Namaskar Bandhura. Hi friends. Today we will continue learning about pointers. But today's lesson is specifically for pointers dealing with places, spaces, directions and such. So this is what we learned last time. If you remember all the words for this, that and that over there, like something beyond your line of sight, um, all of the words start with a, o and she, and even with the pointers we are going to learn today, all of them will follow the same pattern. They will start with a, o and she. The only exception, as we saw last time, was Tara, which is the plural for people who are not present in the conversation. Ekhane, okhane and shekhane, these are the most common pointers for places. So ekhane is used for here or this place, which is nearer to hand. uh, for a place which is far away from you but which you can see, that is there or that place is okhane. And the place which you cannot see or cannot reach right now, and it has been referred to before in the conversation, for that place you will use the word shekhane. Let's have a quick look at one example before we move on. So it's clear how the pointers between things and places are different. So last time we had a look at pointers for things, which were eta, ota and sheta. So let's say I want to point out my school. I can use this sentence, Eta Amar school. This is my school. Eta Amar school. When I'm using the pointer for the places, I can use Ekhane Amar school. My school is here. Ekhane Amar school. Now there's a subtle difference between the two sentences, Eta Amar school and Ekhane Amar school. The first sentence is pointing out the school building. The second sentence is emphasizing that, see, this is the place where my school is located. So the emphasis is slightly different between the two sentences. In the first sentence, it is pointing out towards the school building, that this building is the school building. And in the second case, it is pointing out that, see, this is the place where the school building is located. Now next up are the pointers for direction. This direction or this way is edik, that direction or that way is odik. Now you might be confused that what is this direction and what is that direction, because in cases of direction there is nothing near or far. So basically when you are pointing in a certain direction or certain way, so the way you are pointing to refers to edik, and the opposite of that is odik. Like let's say if I'm pointing to the right, then edik means right and odik means left. But if I'm pointing to left, then edik means left and odik means right. So it's changeable depending on the way you are pointing to with your finger or hand. Uh, and there is a word shedik as well, but it doesn't really refer to any direction. It is very non-specific. I mean, for practical purposes, it doesn't refer to any direction, but it just refers to something, a direction which has been talked about previously in the conversation. So let's say I am giving directions to someone to go right and then left and then take a 90-degree turn, and after that I can say that you go that way. तुम्ही সেদিকে যাও. You go that way, like the direction I gave you just now, as a shortcut to the entire thing which was before, which was spoken before in the conversation. Again, a quick example to clarify how the different pointers work. So Esho we already know because our lesson names all start with Esho Bangla Shikhi. come. Let's learn Bengali. So esho means come. Ekhane esho means come here. Now here in this case will mean if I am the speaker and I say come here, that means come to where I am sitting or standing. It exactly works the same way in Bengali. Ekhane esho means come to where I am. Um, and I can also say edike esho, which means come this way, like in a sense of follow me, or come to this side of the room. Let's say we are in the same room, but you are sitting somewhere far away, and I can say ekhane esho or edike esho. So both of them will work. But generally, if I am sitting or standing, like I'm stationary, I will use ekhane esho. And if I am moving, let's say I'm going to some place and I want you to come with me, I'll use the word edike esho. Pointers for sides. Let me clarify this a bit. For undivided and generally small spaces, we will use the words epash and opash. And for divided spaces, which are generally larger, we will use the words epar and opar. Now, if you want to use a rule of thumb to decide which set of words will be applicable for a particular space, epar and opar are used when there is something to cross. Let's say in case of a road, you can cross the road from this side to that side. In that case, you will use epar, this side of the road, and opar for that side of the road. Similarly, in case of a river, similarly in case of a room, like you go from one side of the room to the other side of the room. So you can cross, or you can make a walk, or you can basically travel from one side of the place to the other side of the place. Um, so in case of small spaces like a bed, you generally don't have to take any kind of uh, a travel per se to cross that space. So in case of smaller spaces which are not divided or not which are not divided by a boundary, we will use epash and opash. In case of spaces which are divided by a boundary like a road or a river and which you have to cross over, we will use epar and opar. Epar Bangla, Opar Bangla is a commonly used phrase in Bengali, and it literally means Bengal on this side and Bengal on that side. Now there is no river or road between the two Bengals. So let me explain what this side and that side means. Many of you might already know that originally Bengal used to be one state, and when India was partitioned, it was divided into two. One, West Bengal, which is now in India, and two, East Bengal, which is now known as Bangladesh. Um, and also, I would like to clarify that when you say this side and that side, it means where you are located. For example, I am in West Bengal, so for me, Epar Bangla means West Bengal and Opar Bangla means Bangladesh. And for a person sitting in Bangladesh, it will just mean the opposite way. And Epar Bangla, Opar Bangla is actually a pretty emotionally charged phrase, I would say. And it has been used in many songs and poems and titles of books and all. So this is something very common you might hear. Let's have a look at some slightly difficult examples. As we discussed just a few minutes back, Shedik doesn't really give any specific directions per se, but it's still a word. So here is one of the very common uses of Shedik, and this phrase is super common, edik odik shedik. like edik, odik, shedik, but we use it like in a really fast manner, edik, odik, shedik, to mean that aimless, basically to roam about aimlessly. It might be either by design, like I might decide to roam about aimlessly, or I might be trying to find some aim or some direction, but I don't know which way to go or what to do. So in like it can be literally, let's say I'm trying to find someone's house but I don't know the direction, so I might be looking edik odik shedik, or I might be clueless about what to do with my life and I might be going edik odik shedik. So it's basically means aimless, and can be used both in tangible and non-tangible ways. The other commonly used phrase is epash opash kora. Literally this means to do this side and that side. Literally it doesn't make any meaning, but epash opash kora means to move this way and that way, which basically means restless. So there's a difference. Epash opash kora means restless, and edik odik shedik means aimless. This is a really difficult sentence at this stage, and you should not try to memorize this or understand this. Just note the use of epar and opar in the sentence, and it is basically a Bengali proverb which says নদীর এপার কহে ছাড়িয়া নিঃশ্বাস ওই পারেতে সর্বসুখ আমার বিশ্বাস, which means this side of the river says that I'm pretty sure all of the happiness is on the other side, which is equivalent to the English proverb, the grass is always greener on the other side. We covered a lot of stuff today, so take a pause and have a recap of the lesson if necessary. And if something is not clear, please ask me, because sometimes it's very difficult for a native speaker to understand if a non-native speaker can follow his or her line of logic. So if any clarifications are needed, please don't hesitate to ask me. Today's lesson name, Ekhane Akash Neel, is a very popular medical drama series in Bengal, mostly because Dr. Rujan Sen, who is the main character, gained a lot of fan following, especially female fan following in both seasons. The title song is very catchy, and I'll give the link in the comments below, and it goes like this. মেঘ ভাঙা রোদেশে যেন বলে ভালোবেসে হবে মনে মনে মিল, এখানে আকাশ নীল, এখানে আকাশ নীল. For today's homework, try forming these 3 sentences. This is my city, or this is my village. Here is the house, and the market is that way. We have covered enough grammar, so you can form these sentences, and we have not covered many vocabulary or Bengali words per se. So to help you form these sentences, I have given the words needed below. If you want to form some different sentences which uses the same structure, you are free to do so, and I will have a look and give you feedback on that. This is the word list for today, and you can refer to them as and when you need to. Thank you for listening to today's lesson. সবাই ভালো থেকো, আবার দেখা হবে. Everyone stay well. We will meet again soon.